very funny man. He performs all around the Midwest. He's from Milwaukee. Please give all your love to Elijah Holbrook. Give it up for Brandon, everyone.
Late show. How are we doing? Not good. It doesn't seem like it. I asked that, and some of you gave me eyes like you need help. Did they force you to come here? Or you being held against your will?
Yeah.
No. Well, please stay, because I want you to. I need someone to laugh at these jokes. I don't know if it's going to be you, but chances are better that way. All right. Did you all do something before you came here, or did you just leave your house for the first time at 9 p.m.? You did? So you made plans for bedtime? You know the time when you don't want to leave the house anymore? Let's go out then. And then we're nowhere to do or something where you're supposed to pay attention and laugh. We try not to take a nap during it. God, he also brought blankets like it's a Marcus Theater. That would have ruled. Much like Brandon, I grew up very conservative and religious. Clearly, as you can see from my sweatshirt, I'm still in the faith. Not done anything to expand my mind outside of that. My family went to church every Sunday. I went to Bible studies. Went to Bible camps. I skipped a grade in Sunday school. All right, you understand? We don't even have a grading system. I did that. My dad played bass in the church band, so I guess he pulled some strings. All right. I don't think that one person laughed at that one. I'm sorry, when I wrote that joke, I laughed out loud for 5 minutes. I just wanted to bring that joy to you. Sorry, it landed flat. All right. You are awake. This is gonna come. When I was a kid, I went on a week-long Bible study canoe trip. Right? Basically, canoe, camp, read the Bible, and then canoe and think about what you read the next day and do that again. And it rained every day. That whole week. No matter how hard we prayed for it to stop. That's discouraging. During that trip, they called prayer an email. Yeah, you see where my humor comes from? I'm doing my best. I thought the bass joke was bad. That's what I was raised in. An email, I think God's marking ours as spam. It's still raining. That was the antidote, dude. As I got older, I stopped going to church. But I think no one's going to church anymore, right? All right. I don't know, they're always like, we need more people. I'm like, do you have those? I think they go back to church if they smoked weed in church. What if that was the only way it was legal in the state? Like you could do it on Sunday morning. I would be on time every week. Right? And that's saying something, because weed is not a punctual drug. Just picture the pastor gets on stage. He's like, as we let our joints this morning, we're reminded of the burning bush that spoke to Moses. In the hopes that God will now speak to us. Now pass, right? I mean, great. The music would be awesome. The sermon would be interesting. I know I've heard this story before, but I can't remember how it ends. A flood? Oh my God! What a twist. It's always fire and brimstone, but this time water? Whoa! They pass around the offering plate. You have the option of putting a little of your own stash in there. 10% of your 8, or that works out. Just stick around it that says cash, grass, or forgiveness. No free rides to heaven. I Are some of you offended by this? I don't mean to make fun. It's just my life, so whatever. I do think about religion a lot, though, having grown up in it. And I've recently been starting to think that maybe the Amish were right. You think about it, right? Like, they're the only ones who didn't contribute to climate change. Like, they're innocent in the whole thing. It won't save them, but, like, really, you know. Nobody ever thinks that another religion's right. They're always just pretty sure that the one they were born into got it nailed on. Yep. I'm thinking the Amish might have actually been. I think about it so much I can't sleep at night anymore. Partly because I feel like maybe there's a barn to be raised, but also there's probably some harvesting to do right now in Florida. But if I do fall asleep, I just have crazy dreams of dying and going to heaven. And then God sitting there in suspenders and a weird hat. A piece of straw sticking out of his mouth. And he just looks at me and goes, light bulbs? I'm like, no fucking way. What? I knew it. Do you think when Amish people see it? Yeah, I'm still on it. Do you think when Amish people see a UFO, they're just indifferent? And it's like, fucking technology. When did they get that shit? We have to subscribe to Popular Science or something, because we're missing a lot. I do. I love my family, alright? I have to say that into a microphone legally. I love my family. Most of them. Some of them are difficult to get along with. I feel like we all have those family members. And my sister-in-law, for example, big conspiracy theorist. Yeah. She believes the earth is flat and hollow. It doesn't make sense. You gotta choose one, right? You can't have both. But her favorite conspiracy theories are the vaccine conspiracy theories. And just before COVID, she was into this. She's a hipster of the movement. It's like, I like the early work better. That's what she says. She'll say stuff all the time. You're the only one that's right in this entire audience. After I said you made plans at bedtime, everyone else was like, you're right. Well, I think I'm just going to stop paying attention. She always say, like, I didn't vaccinate my kids because I'm afraid that might cause them to get autism. Yeah. But then for Christmas last year, she bought her kids a model train. Like the connection between vaccine and autism is kind of shaky. The connection between model trains and autism is 100%. I'm not saying model trains cause autism. I'm just saying do your own research. That's all the research she did. She never ran across the model train connection. It's weird. But I got all the COVID vaccines, all right? I got them, the hokey pokey, as I like to call it. I went to the gas station, I got it done, okay? Got a free car wash with it. It was pretty good. The only reason I got the vaccine was like just because I didn't want to take a COVID test ever again. That was my logic. I wasn't afraid of the disease. I'm afraid of the test. The test has killed more people than the disease, all right? That's a fact. I said it into a microphone. That's how we do things. That's what Joe Rogan does. I learned from the best, okay? Say things, and now they're true. I think we got used to the test after a while, but do you remember that first COVID test you got, how traumatizing that was? They pulled up somewhere, they took a 2x4, shoved that thing up your nose and scraped the back of your eyeballs with it. 'Cause that's where COVID hides, that's why you can't see it. I learned things when I got that test. I didn't know my nose went that far back. know what I thought was happening back there. It seems like a Lego thing. I thought there was an end to it. The other thing I learned is I learned why women use toys in their private time. Because in all of my years of picking my nose, I've never hit that spot with just a finger. So, apparently you need an extension. I get it now. I get it. Now I'm a feminist. That's what it took. That's why they're so upset. I enjoy feminism. I don't know how to say it correctly. I enjoy it. I think it's cool. I'm on board, right? One thing I've noticed is like changing the names of occupations to make them more inclusive. I think that's very cool. You know, it's not male man anymore. It's male person. It's not plumber anymore. It's plum her or whatever. I don't know. There's one occupation they haven't changed the name of yet, and that's garbage man. That's the garbage man, and I don't think it's because women don't do that job. I just don't think we can start calling them garbage people. It's not a career. That's a comedian. My favorite part is you've heard all these before. I know you haven't. That'd be funny if you did, though. I paid you $15 to sit in the front and be my best audience member. I think that I have to put up, I have to come clean. This is a bribe. I'm honest, more honest than politicians. We do have the election coming up. Let's go to the subject nobody wants me to bring up. Y'all decided who you're voting for yet? You all decide which third-party candidate we're all going to get together and rally behind? I know, wouldn't that be nice? I hate voting. I don't ever want to do it. But I always do it because of peer pressure. That's the only reason. You're like, peer pressure's bad. Like, it's the only reason I've ever gone to the polls, all right? Sure, it's why I do so many drugs too, okay? But I also vote because of it. I love that we have these billboards around the city. You probably see them with the countdown to the election. God, that is stressful. Just a doomsday counter. You just go walk past one, it's like 257 deaths on the road and 30 more days of freedom. Like, that's what you see that? I'm like, I need to buy more canned beans. I don't know. I'm not prepared. I'll vote, though. You know, I will. I'm going to vote in this election the same way I voted in every election. And that's for whoever Dick Cheney tells me to. Okay? That's how I've always done it. I won't change now. I don't want Trump to win, if I'm honest. But, like, if he does, there's one policy of his that I kind of like. And that's if he wins, I'll never have to vote again. And that's... that'll save me a couple hours every 4 years. So... you can't have political ads if there's no election. So that seems nice. Conspiracy theories out now. I used to enjoy conspiracy theories, and now they're a different thing. They used to be fun, and now people like storm the Capitol because of them. Which, if you look back on it, was kind of cool, alright? Can we admit that? Yes, thank you. I think it was the right idea for the wrong reasons. When that news popped up, I was like, hell yeah, and I saw who was doing it. I was like, oh, damn it. I thought this would have been us. This seems so us. We're burning down targets, like that's where the decisions are made. I just think we should do that for healthcare. That would be... that never gets a laugh, just kind of gets I'll be be there. I'll be in the front lines. I'll get in there. I'll take a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk. All right? I'll do it. Get up there and just like, forgive my student loans. I like fun conspiracy theories. You know, like this one. This is my favorite one. Is I think if you weren't supposed to kiss over the top of the urinal dividers. Why do they stop at that height? They can build them taller, they don't. So you can give your buddy a smooch. Been single for a while because I bring this stuff up on first dates. It's kind of how I start things. I think like part of the problem is I'm very like awkward with relationships and like very awkward sexually. I think it's because my parents never, being so conservative and religious, never talked about sex. They never gave me the sex talk. And then I'll go home and visit and they'll be like, when are you gonna start a family? And I'm like, you never told me how. I don't want the sex talk from my parents now, that's not what I'm saying. It'd be a weird conversation to have at this age. Like, Mom, when is the last time you even got laid, you know? To rest? Be a weird conversation to have. Mom she passed away a couple years ago, and we got her cremated, which is weird, because like, a burial is such a nice ceremony. With cremation, they just kind of give you this thing, and then you're like, all right, where do I litter? You know? What beautiful place do I want to make sad for the rest of my life? You have to decide that. That's not easy. I read an article of someone who climbed to the top of Everest, and then they spread their deceased loved ones at the top of Everest. At first, I thought that seemed nice, and then as I thought about it more, I was like, that's actually really offensive. To all of the frozen bodies on Everest. You used to be at the top? That's not fair. If you want to be dead at the top of Everest, you have to climb up there and die. That's the only... Someone would have liked that fire. But I think we chose a good spot for my mom, because we chose this lake she grew up on. But to spread the ashes, we rented a pontoon boat, which right away... A pontoon boat is not an ash-spreading vessel. That's a party vessel, all right? You don't cry on a pontoon boat, you slam Miller Lights and listen to Kenny Chesney. That's what you do. And to make it worse, we did this on 4th of July weekend. During the day. You understand the vibe around us? It was wrong. We all should have just rented jet skis and taken a handful. It would have been the same. No one can tell you're crying if you're covered in water anyway. There we are, on our sad pontoon boat party, dumping ashes off the back. You may suggest if you're going to spread ashes into a body of water, choose a river. That is a current. We'll wash everything away. That's nice. This was a very still and clear lake. So we put the ashes in there, then had to wait for the cloud to dissipate. Like fish were swimming through it, which I thought was disrespectful. And as we're sitting there, we look over and there's a boat. Behind the boat is a tube of this guy's drunk friends. Yeah, and he sees us on a pontoon boat. He thinks, pontoon boat party. Of course he does. So this will be a fun gag. I'll take my friends on this tube, see how close I can bring them by this pontoon boat. And then we're all gonna like high five and laugh and say happy birthday America, whatever he thought. But that's not what happened. He just took his friends and drug them right through my mom. That's awkward for everyone. They're looking at us, we're looking at them, no one's saying anything. And finally they got upset, like they got mad at us. They went on the offensive. They're like, hey, you can't do that here. This isn't a wake zone.